Hi, it's Lou Theodore, and this is day 12 of 100 videos in 100 days. And today there is no outside broadcast, no in the studio all day, bottom nailed to the chair. Just finishing some stuff off. And when I'm working in the studio, I quite often have the radio on or I listen to podcasts. Obviously, I'm looking down the whole time, painting, drawing, scanning, whatever it might be. So video is hopeless unless I just listen to it like a sort of radio show. And I did have this bright idea that actually audiobooks would be brilliant. But it turns out they're not brilliant because I usually get into the flow of a project, get absorbed by it, and then realise I haven't listened to the audiobook for half an hour or an hour, and I've completely lost all sense of the narrative. So radio and podcasts it is. And today I was listening to a podcast, which was a conversation, and it's going to get quite touchy-feely, so if you don't like that, switch off now. And it was all about how your life could be very different if you really backed yourself, if you really believed in yourself, if you, I guess in essence, really loved yourself. And there was a whole discussion about it. And since I heard it, that it's kind of been rattling around in my head for the past couple of hours. Like, and I've been sort of experimenting, thinking, oh, well, how would that be different? How would that be different then? Because it strikes me that most of us, I think, are really pretty tough on ourselves. Critical, judgmental, disappointed, really hard taskmasters. And how would it be if you set an intention to come from a place of, I'm going to really love myself? What decisions would you make that were really different? I mean, one simple one I thought of was, let's say you've got a habit that you want to improve or change. So let's say something simple like, I would like to eat more healthily. Quite often, you maybe have the intention of eating more healthily, and then the cake or the sweets or whatever crop up, and it feels like a real tug of war, a real battle of wills. Am I going to eat it? Am I not? But if the intention was bigger, in this case, if the intention was, I'm going to love myself, it kind of takes out that battle of wills over the food, because you think, okay, my intention is to love myself. And the choice almost gets made for you. It seems, for some reason, as I'm thinking about it, it just seems so much more straightforward then to just use that as like your benchmark and follow through with supporting actions without it becoming this tug of war. And I was thinking, if you were, I don't know, going for a job, changing career, pitching for work, how would that change then if you came from a place of, I really love myself? And I don't mean it in a kind of selfish, egotistical way. I mean it from a genuine, I back myself. I'm backing myself. I believe I've got something to offer, that I'm a valuable person, and I'm backing myself. So in that sort of scenario, the job or pitching for work, would you not just feel calmer because you would present as somebody who believed in themselves and was willing to share what their skills were, their experience, and whether you got the pitch or the job or whatever, it would matter less because you already love yourself, you already rate yourself, so you're not looking outside of you for that external validation. And if you don't get it, there appears like a mini crisis, meltdown. You feel a bit less, but actually you're never less because you're always the same. This is the sort of stuff that is preoccupying me today. as I sit here drawing. I might put the fairy lights on soon and brighten up and add a bit of twinkle to the studio as I ponder loving yourself more. And do you know, it's ridiculously simple, isn't it? In terms of a concept, ridiculously simple. But it just seems to me that actually, if you really did it, and if you really set that intention for yourself, what huge changes could come about in your life in sort of small ways and big ways. You know, you wouldn't be looking outside of yourself for love or value or validation or any of those things, because it would all be there already. And how freeing would that be? And you'd be so much better equipped to show up in a kind of genuine way to other people as well, because you don't need anything from them. You're complete and great as you are. So you're just showing up for them, just showing up. You're not looking for anything. You don't need anything. And how much more kind of loving that would make you. All interesting things. You see, this is what happens when you work in a studio by yourself. You kind of fall in love with something that you hear or a concept, and then it rattles through your brain. So this is day 12, and these are the thoughts that preoccupy me today, and I will see you tomorrow.